So hi, I'm Mark Hayes. This is Amber. The idea really of the haircut is to work with a series of interconnecting triangles through the interior of the top, which will create a very sort of dramatic shape, balanced with the edge that we have running through the front, and then also with the graduated shape, asymmetrical graduation, right the way through the back into the second side. This will blend with the fringe and the asymmetrical graduation that runs from the sides into the second side. You have the length in the hair, but then a shorter panel above that. So then you have a short triangle with a long triangle next to it. We'll do the same on the second side, and that will leave us with an extended triangular section through the top. So then once again we're going to have a longer panel here, shorter panel on the underneath, and then this will be a little short panel that we put through. The idea is that everything in the end will, as I said, will look as though it kind of blends together. And then finally we've now got the long spike through the center of the fringe, which will again use the graduation through the back as our guide. And then everything comes back from there, over-directing it to the side so that the greater length is left in the center of this triangle. To be honest, 80% of the haircut will be complete when the hair is wet or damp, and then the other 20%, the last 20%, will really achieve 80% of the result is done when the hair's dry. Okay, so I think you can get a sense of where the shape's going. You've got the long spike in the center, so in a sense you have a shape like that in the top, and then next to that you have a shape that does the opposite, so you have a diamond shape in the other way, and then finally on the side you have a shape that does that way. So it kind of all interlocks across the head, so you end up with a long piece in the center, shorter pieces either side, long on the temple, and then the shorter graduated shape underneath into the line. What I'm going to do now is to dry the hair and then refine everything with freehand and cross-checking, etc. So you can see what we have is the peak of weight through the center, the shorter panels through the temples, and then the longer section through the side. And I'll just open up each side area through here to accentuate the point through the front. So this is the kind of center piece, and it's just a case of going through and just refining until you just end up with just a point.
Hello everybody. I kind of want to talk a little bit about color today. So with Maggie, my model here, I actually pre-lighten this front section that works into the fringe. So in this area I'm actually going to do a technique we call slices, and it's going to be back-to-back slices. So this whole thing, or this whole area, is going to have 3 different tones going through, but they're going to be very, very vivid. So what I've done is I colored this area with a level 6 red, but with 10 volume, because I want maximum deposit. The top area, which actually is going to go over the bottom area and into the fringe, is a level 7 and 8 copper gold. Now I have 3 colors here. I have more of a really, really rich purple with 6 volume developer. I'm actually going to incorporate 3 different colors into one. A technique, shape and balance. So if the hair cuts the shape, the color's the balance. And I'm going on to my second color, which is 065. And 065 is a mixture of cool and warm. It's more of a pink tone, and using that with 6 volume pastel developer. As you can see here, I'm starting to merge the color at the root area. So I'm painting past the lip onto the scalp. I've got my third color coming through, and that is 0-stroke 4-3, which is an orange mixed tone, again with 6 volume. So that's a level 6 red with 10 volume. This top area is a mixture of a level 7 and level 8 copper red. So a lighter color falling over the dark is going to bring more of the shape into play. And then here again, to reiterate what I've done, I have 3 colors going through here. I have a deep purple, which is mixed with a 6 volume developer, and then I moved into a pink, and then an orange mixed tone, all with 6 volume, very, very fine slices going through. The end result is going to just be a shimmer of all the bright colors merging together. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Kenny Reed. I will start with a classic tinting technique. The first color that I will be placing in is a combination of a level 10 neutral gold. I've combined that with a level 9 red violet, and I've also combined it with the level 9 ash violet tone. The end result will be soft and playful. So the colors that we're working with are Tahitian copper into an amethyst with a soft, creamy tone of blonde throughout. By choosing tones or choosing colors that are light enough in level, you're able to allow the color to sit and process without any fear of the color going too dark or changing the wrong tone. What I decided to do is add a level 10 in all of my tones for clarity and for softness. I'll now complete my first application by working through the area of disconnection that will fall over my accent colors. So I'm using cotton to protect the rest of the color, and I'm using that because my accent colors will be different in tone and slightly deeper. I will also be placing a foil over that section so that I may be able to work carefully and in a technical, very clean way. I've used a level 10 and I've added a level 3. I work through my section and apply just lightly to the root, massage it through the ends. But then as I get to the root, I must be conservative. Last application, I'll be working my final section of amethyst just above the Tahitian copper. So now you see the final application is complete. We have amethyst, Tahitian copper, and another layer of amethyst surrounded by a soft tone of blonde. Goodbye.
Hello, I'm Tracy. Today I'm Rachel. I wanted to show you some interesting techniques of refinement, really. So starting in through the back with horizontal sections, building up a weight that will come through and into the cheekbones. What I want to create is lots of subtle disconnections within the hair. Not necessarily loads of hair that hangs over the other, but hangs into the other shape. The next panel that I worked was the fringe. I think that she has a fantastic shape in the brow bone, so I really mirrored that. So slightly rounded there and back down. I worked the fringe back far enough and across to the center of the opposite eye. The next layering area is going to be from the fringe back, and what that will do is drop a piece, just subtle disconnection, and continue the line behind the ear. So what I've actually created is a line, a bevel on the line, so in a sense a little concave, and then another one on top of that. So if we lift this up, we should see those differences in the hair. And then what I'll do through the back is continue to tie in into the graduation anything that hangs past the crown. So from here what I'll do is bevel off the front fringe area, which I haven't done yet on this side, because I wanted to share that with you. It's a triangle. It doesn't have to be extremely pointed, depending on how extreme you want the spike to fall through. In this case, it's slightly asymmetric. So what's left with this little shape before pointing and detailing of the outline is the triangle here. What I want to do with that is just work that through, drawing the hair from side to side, so that piece in the middle has a peak or point to it. Again, very controlled. You don't want to change the angle, you don't want to change the shape. To really extend that and emphasize the cheekbone, not hide any of that area in there. Really good features on her. Great color eye, beautiful cheekbones. The last thing you want to cover are those two areas. Okay, the last thing is the pointing through the area at the back of the head through the weight line. You just want to have that to have a similar feel to the fringe edge and working over the head. Okay, so the finished look, graduated shape to create a geometric look on the bone structure and beautiful little profile to the head shape. Layering it through with little panels of disconnection, rounding the line off, layer that sits over that and connects into the line on both sides, which leaves a triangular section that was brought side to side. And it's a pleasure to do hair for this. Thank you.